That girl so scandalous, and you know another nigga couldn't handle it. So you shaking that thing like who's the ish, with the look in your eyes so devilish. You like to dance all the hip hop spots, and you cruise to the grooves like an acrobat. Not just her bench, she liked to pop, cause she was living la vida loca. She had dumps like a truck, thighs like what, baby move your butt. I think I'll sing it again. She had dumps like a truck, thighs like what, all night long. Let me see that song. That thong, 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 thong. Like it when the beat goes. Like it when the beat goes. That thong, 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 thong. That girl so scandalous, and I know another nigga couldn't handle it. And she's shaking that thing like who's this, with the look in her eyes so devilish. She like to dance all the hip hop spots, and she cruise to the grooves like an acrobat. Not just her bench, she liked to pop, cause she was living la vida loca. She had drums like a truck, thighs like what, baby move your butt. I think I'll sing it again. She had drums like a truck, thighs like what, all night long. Let me see that thong, baby. That thong, thong, thong. I like it when the beat goes. I like it when the beat goes. That thong, thong, thong. Come on, baby. That thong, thong, thong. I like the way. I like the way. I don't think you heard me. I said I like the way. I see you on it. All right. Yeah. All right.
Hey, how you doing, little mama? Let me whisper in your ear. Tell you something that you might like to hear. Got a sexy ass body and your ass looks soft. Mind if I touch it to see if it's soft? Nah, I'm just playing unless you say I can. And I'm known to be a real nasty man, and they say a closed mouth don't get fed. So I don't mind asking for head. You heard what I said. We need to make our way to the bed. You can start using your head. You like to fuck, have your legs open all in a bug. Toot it up, slapping ass, girl, the sex get rough. Switch position and let the dick get down to business, so you can see what you've been missing. You might have some, but you never had none like this. Just wait till you see my dick.
Hey, bitch, wait till you see my dick.
Oh,
Wait till you see my dick.
hey, bitch.
Wait till you see my dick.
Oh, I'ma beat that pussy up.
Hey, wait till you see my dick.
Oh,
Wait till you see my dick.
hey, bitch.
Wait till you see my dick.
Oh, I'ma beat that pussy up. Yeah. Just see, I wanna fuck. Tell me what's up. Walk around the club with your thumb in your mouth. Put my dick in, take your thumb out. Oh, there might be a little culture to deal with. Wet, fat hoes, they don't spill shit. I keep a hoe hot when I'm putting in work. You wanna ski, you about to get your feelings hurt. Cause I beat that cat with a dog and knock the walls off a broad till she squall like, yeah, it's on like that. But it depend on the swing of the baseball bat. Fuck the bitch on the counter, make the plates fall back. On the floor, she ain't stealing cause she nuts, so they crack, crack, crack. Fuck that, bend over, I'ma give you a smack. Oh.
I'ma beat that pussy up. Wait till you see my
Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Test 1 2. Can you guys hear me? Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Yeah, okay.
All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop. Just do it, do it, do it, do it now. Do it, do it, do it now. Lick it good, suck this pussy just like you should. Right now, lick it good, suck this pussy just like
Thank you. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Fuck this. Drop a bomb. Drop a bomb. The only person with the power to stop the show. Stop the show. Slappy Slapster. Slappy Slapster. Wait, is this the Slappy Slapster or are we dealing with some type of fraud? Oh, fraudulent and shit. Is this the Slappy Slapster? I need to know. And Hulk, how are my levels? My levels, Hulk. It sounds crazy over here, Hulk. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Is that better, Hulk? I need you to intervene. I need you to intervene. Incredible Hulk. Oh my God, Slappy, it's good to see you. Is this the Slappy Slapster? Yes, it's me. Drop a bomb. You're good. Okay, I just switched from 360 to forward. Is that better? Test 1 2, test 1 2. Because it's sounding crazy in here. It's so much going on. Slappy Slapster, ladies and gentlemen. Is this? Yes, it's me. Slappy. Slappy, how are you? How are you? We have been APBing you. Yes, it's perfect. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Slappy. Slappy. Where have you been? First of all, are you okay? How's Mama Slappy? Are you okay? And how's Mama Slappy? We have been looking for you. We have been wondering. Miss Viewers of You has been searching her coloring books to see if she could find you out there. I've been going from tree to tree to tree to tree. I'm good. Let's see. It's coming through. I'm good. How are you? We are good. I'm glad to see that you are good. Listen, I am good for pulling I don't want to talk to nobody. Leave me the F alone. You know, leave me the. I'm good for pulling where's the voice note? Where's the voice note? Hold on. Let's see if it's here. Is it here? Is it here? Let me see. Let me see if it's here. I don't think I have it. Oh, I don't think I have it. It's when he was so angry about it. Let me see. He was going to drug me and take my cheeks. He was going to... You see, I wasn't prepared for Slappy Slapster. Stanley.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Okay? I'm good.
Leave me the fuck alone.
If that's what Slappy Slapster wanted to say to all of us...
Leave me the fuck alone.
I get it, Slappy.
Leave me the fuck alone.
But we were concerned. We wanted to make sure that you were... By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I have been scolded. I have been put over a barrel. My cheeks were pounded on. You know, I got 5 across and 5 coming back. Because apparently, me and my theater degree, Slappy Slapster, me doing my teeth and my enunciation and pronunciation, diction is very important. Apparently, I have blown out the microphone.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Okay, but I blew up the microphone. So now it's sounding crazy, Slappy Slapster. Incredible Hulk and I have returned with our podcast. And so we record here in the studio. We moved. We are in a home now, in our forever home. We have a whole studio set up. And so, we were recording and he's like, it's not sounding right. Long story short, apparently, because I come here in the red microphone and I don't know how to act, I have blown whatever is in here. So it sounds insane in my ears. But it's coming across good. I see me peeking though. So we have ordered a new contraption, but it's gonna take a few days to deliver. It's just a lot going on. Slappy, we are happy that you are okay. I understand taking a break. Listen, I've been known to take a whole year motherfucking break of these streets and not say nothing. Unplug, not even check people's videos out. People said that a car ran me over. People said that I have been deported. People said that Incredible Hulk forbid me. You're not peeking on this end. Thank you, baby. People said that Hulk forbid me from coming in here. Oh, they over there where the advertisers go to die. They said that Incredible Hulk said it was either the YouTube streets or our marriage. Drop a bomb on that. I mean, they had all sorts of salacious stories, and I just motherfucking took a break. I was tired of the toxicity, and I just wanted to love on my husband, travel, and do shit with my husband. So, but it's very nice that you are okay. Oh, that's so nice. It's so nice to see you. If you don't mind, can I, if when people ask, I can say I have spoken to Slappy Slapster, and she is okay. Is that okay? Is that all right for me to say? You let me know. You let me know if that's okay for me to say. We are so happy that you're here. We are so happy. Just read my book. Miss Viewers of View, myself, Hulk, a whole bunch of people. Like, just look what Hulk says. Slappy, we literally were asking around looking for you, honestly and genuinely. I'm so happy that you're good. I hope you have an amazing year, and always thankfully when you drop by. Yes, that's fine. Okay, thank you. Yes. So we could spread the word. Because, people over here are very quick to spread bad news. Let's spread the good news that Slappy Slapster is with us, is fine, and everything is okay with her. Okay? Great. Now, Slappy, the only person that had the power to stop the show was Slappy Slapster. And now I'm going to be a professional. And I know y'all want Slappy Slapster. You have to hear this song. It's AI Beyonce. Okay? It's a AI Beyonce doing a Kaya cover song in a church. Drop a bomb on that. It's so much going on. We need to go hear it. And then I'm going to do my proper intros and I'm going to start the show. This was the preview. This was the pre-show. But Slappy, it's AI Beyonce. AI Beyonce doing a Kaya cover song in a church with a choir. Let's hit it.
All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, just do it. Do it, do it, do it now. Do it, do it, do it now. Lick it good, suck this pussy just like you should. Right now, lick it good, suck this pussy just like you should. try me. I'll make you see. You bitches ain't got shit on me. So lick it now. Lick it good. Lick it good. Like it good. My bad. Lick it good. Lick this pussy just like you should. My bad. Lick my pussy and my crack. My bad. Lick my pussy and my crack. Do it now. Lick it good. Lick this pussy just like you should. Right now, lick it good. Suck this pussy just like you do it now. Lick it good. Lick this pussy just like you should. Right now, lick it good. Suck this pussy just like you should. My back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack.
Live is when we get to let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? The things that I've seen. Y'all can let me know. Let's get into some mess. Absolutely. I got it ready. I got it ready.
Health profiles. We find out moments of suffocation. It's just.
We're gonna get to it because throughout the week I see a lot. I hear a
Oh
lot.
Lordy Lord. Oh Jesus. That's what he said. Oh Lordy Lord. Oh
Having the
Jesus.
suspicions that he wasn't working. He was just playing dress up for us. Some of the stuff is not memorable. Like when people attack me and shit like that in these streets, it's never memorable. I know a homosexual, whether male or female, when I see one.
Drop a bomb on that.
Okay. All right. Welcome. If you have stumbled upon my channel, I am Juanqui and welcome to my world. I am a cornucopia of stuff. Miss View, I had started the show and Slappy Slapster dropped down and she stopped the show. We went right into, I had to cut everything. I went right into talking. So make sure you rewind a little bit so you can see when Slappy stopped my show, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm so happy to see you. I'm not gonna question you, but we can talk offline and all that. I'm glad that you're here. Happy 2026. I wish nothing but the best for you and Mama Slappy and yours. And I was Miss View. Have you seen her already? You just talked about, yes. That's what I was telling her, Miss View, that we have been on a massive search to see what's happened. This is a happy day, yes. Yes, because you find out so many different things about people around here. I didn't know Natasha Milan was no longer with us. I did not know that. Drop a bomb on that. I only found out because Treasure Lane mentioned her in conversation. So it's like people just like fall out. Tita Talks, I heard Tita Talks is out of jail finally, but there's no thing. I didn't. When did she? I didn't even know that. I think it was like last year, right? And then Tita Talks is she has paid her debt to society, but she's no longer on YouTube like that. But, which is a good thing because we know, last year, oh my God. And the crazy thing is that I was here and I didn't hear much about it. You see, like, I didn't hear much about it. I literally just heard James bring her up. And how I adore Natasha. I didn't even know she was a key. She was entertaining and her stories and all that. Yeah, but so it's just like, and not just on YouTube. I've been finding out through social media that people are gone like 2-3 years ago. I'm like, oh my God, people from like that I grew up with in the community. I mean, they weren't close to me because obviously I would have known sooner, but like just people that I always kept up via like social media posts and stuff like that. You have those friends that you keep up in social media only, that type of thing. Yeah, Miss Tita may not be on for a long time after time, if at all. Well, I'm sure maybe some of the conditions were to not be online after that horrific incident. I don't think she's a bad person. I thought that you knew. No, I did not. I I don't think Tita Talks is like a horrible human being. I do think that it was too many things were in place for a negative outcome, and it's not just on the caretaker. It's also on parents and parents doing the proper research and vetting the people that are going to be involved with your kids. That's super important. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to vet. You have to vet. You have to be on top of it. You have to be questioning and popping up surprise pop-ups. And if you know the person has a social media presence, like, backtrack and do your research. But it didn't look like the parents, based on what I saw from the reports and all that, it didn't look like those were the type of, involved parents. But anyway, that's another story. That's not what the show is about tonight. It really isn't. It's just we are all over the place. But I knew, but we don't talk about stuff like this. Yeah. Like, I don't, I have your email now. Yes, definitely. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Saturday night. It's a happy Saturday night now that we know that Slappy Slapster is here. I was starting to consider the worst about Slappy, especially when I tagged her and there was still nothing coming back and not even seeing her in any of the chats. Because I hover around chats for the people that, that are entertaining and are honest. And so I never saw her drop down or leave a comment or anything. So it's like, okay, but I'm so happy. And I know my husband, Incredible Hulk, is happy. He has his favorites: Miss View, Slappy Slapster, just read my book. He has his favorites. He definitely has his favorites. He be keeping up with them more than I keep up with them. Slappy Slapster, the freaks over there have been talking about you too. Oh, yeah. Probably not on a. I feel like we were the only ones really concerned, and then they probably started making shit up. Miss View, when I took a break. Remember that they said that I had gotten hit by a yellow cab. They said that Incredible Hulk forbid me to come here. It was either the YouTube streets or my marriage. That's what the one who leads to where the advertised go to die said. They said a whole bunch of things. Yes, I got hit by a yellow cab. That Incredible Hulk forbid me to do this. It was this or the marriage. Drop a bomb on that. Okay. If only they knew and realized that my husband is all for me doing whatever the F I want to do whenever the F I want to do it. It was me who was like, no, I just want to spend time with you. One or the other. Exactly. One or the, you got to make a choice. It's a choice. Well, Miss View, my husband realized that whole clan with the avatars go to die and the whole nine weren't shit when they had a whole discussion in the middle of the night about how stuck up I am and how I think I'm somebody because I probably make $20 an hour. Drop a motherfucking bomb on that. And because I make $20 an hour, I think I'm all that. They really put my salary. No, fuck the salary. They put me at a per hour rate of $20 in New York City. Living the lifestyle that I live with the credentials that I have. That's what they put me at. And because I make $20 an hour, I think I'm all a whole 20 hours. Yeah, minus taxes. 20 hourly minus taxes. Yes, Miss View. In the penthouse. Yes. Absolutely. That's what and I was stuck up because I make $20 an hour. That's why my husband was like, these people ain't shit. Juanqui, these people ain't shit. $20. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to knock a good hustle. If that's your rate per hour, that's good for you. But that's not. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Anyway, I'm coming through tonight, Slappy Slapster. I have been coming live every day since December 1st, 2025. Okay? Yes. I don't know when I'm going to call out, but I have been known to go to do my show. Even when I had two wisdom tooth pulled out, I was sewn up like this. And I was there, and the stage manager was like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm here at the show. I'm doing here. She was like, no, you're not. No, you're not. We already have so-and-so coming in for the show. And I was like, you're not going to let me know. Okay, well, I'm already here, so I'm just going to sit back. And I sat right there, Miss View, watching him. Oh, I know. The show must go on, but the show must go on, but I showed up. And I sat there right there in a chair backstage just watching him. Look at him. All excited. He's used to being in the back doing nothing for the whole show. And now, look at him. Excited because he gets to go on. He gets to go on. But I was there. I was there. See, that's when you pull the intimidation card, Miss View. You know what I'm saying? When you have an understudy and they purposely are like, okay, the understudy is going to be on, so you have the night of, oh, no, it's okay. I have nothing else to do. I love this company so much. I'm just going to come, offer support. I want to be there for him. I want to clap for him. If he has any questions, I'm here, I'm coming. No, I'm coming. Yes. Do we have any seats available? Then I'll see from backstage. Don't worry. I'll be right there in the wings, right there. I won't be in the way, but I'll be right there. If anybody needs me, you don't even have to go to the green room. I'm in the wings right there. I'm right there. Okay? It's okay. No, I'm here to support. He might have some questions. He's never performed the role. I have held it down for 9 months, 8 times a week. Okay? I've not called out. Oh, Miss View. And then that's when I got my leads, Miss View. And, once you get the lead, and you're in the top 5, your name is on that playbill at the beginning, you turn that first page and your picture's there. And it's you, Miss View. You turn the picture, and this picture's there, like this. This is what was there, okay? Okay? Juanqui Pro will be playing the role just like that, all right? I'm not going home. You see that? You see those stats? You see like a 5 o'clock shadow I left so I could look a little older on stage? Oh, no, I'm going to sit backstage. I'm good. But they'll be like, you have vacation time. You have to take vacation. No, that's okay. I'll just take a payout at the end. No, but the policy says we can't pay out. But at this time, I can go nowhere. The plane tickets is too short notice. Go ahead. Just at the end, we can I roll it to the next? No, you can't roll it at the end of the year. Then I'll lose them. It's fine. I'll lose them. Wisdom pool. Yes. Like this, but I showed up. They had to pry me of that damn role. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to keep you too long, so I'm going to get to it right now. The title says Once Upon a Time. And then I have a system, Miss View, that rejudges my titles. And what did they name this? Let me be honest. I didn't name this. My system names it. And it goes, Enchanted Tales, a magical journey through time. I guess it could be an enchanted tale, and I guess it's a magical journey through time because I'm about to tell a story. I'm doing story time for you guys tonight. AI named it. Yes, AI named it. Do your program do that too, Miss View? Because, I'm on a whole different, not that you have it, but I don't got that duck in the corner and stuff. I do a whole other thing. And you put in your thing, and then it does it too. Okay, good. Okay, yes. So it named it based on the thumbnail, I guess, and some of the keywords that I put in. So I wanted to come through and do a Once Upon a Time. Once upon a time, there was this little Latin boy. Just because there's a lot going on. Listen, once upon a time, when I decided that I did not want to struggle. They're all offer it for free. Oh, got you. Okay. When I decided that I didn't want to struggle, and this was at a very young age, right, in my educational career, and I said to myself, okay, you can, and I remember seeing, this is back when the Rosie O'Donnell show was on Channel 7, towards the end of Rosie O'Donnell, and one of the, one of the girls from Sesame Street, she grew up in the show, she was interviewing her. And after all the years, like the girl had been with Sesame Street for like 20 years. She grew up from a little child to like a woman in the show. And they were talking about she was going to college. And Rosie O'Donnell was like telling her how, she was all for it. And remember she said to her, nobody likes a dumb actress. Drop a bomb on that. So she was like, go get your education. And that stuck with me, that interview that I saw. I was like, okay. And then I remember going to see Broadway shows and reading the actors' bios. And once in a while, you would read a bio that had all the credits. But then I saw a guy that was in Rent, Rent the musical. And his bio said that he had a degree in mathematics. He was like a mathematician. And another one was like an architect. And I was like, oh, so you can. get educated and still do your art. So that's when that whole thing started coming into my mind, because originally I thought, okay, so I have all this performing experience, literally 2 pages worth of shows and things like that. And it's like, okay, well, do I want to fall? Like, I don't want to fall in the production part of the arts. Like, I think I will be miserable. I've been good at it, won an award for the film, but I don't think that would be fulfilling, you know. And the schedule is rough, and you're the first ones in, the last ones out, responsible for so much. So I was like, you know what? Let me go get me some education. Let me get me some education. I still got me a theater degree, a speech and theater degree, but I also did some other stuff, like some legit stuff. So I said, okay, I went to school, and now I had this duality to me where I was performing and going to school at night, or when the shows were at night. Like, I would get my schedule like for the semester, and so I would work with the company or whatever, and then I had sick time or days, and some of the professors would allow me to take some days off. And then slowly technology and Blackboard, which was when we were going to school through the computer, like that would allow me to sometimes be backstage going to school and stuff like that. Eventually that transition, because I stopped performing for a little bit, and then I started going to work. I got this very highly, how should I put it? It was what the movie's about. So there is a movie, but it was a really exciting job, right? And for my age, it was like, wow, like, this is a really good track that you're on. It matches with your degree. You know, maybe one day I'll do a video of how I got that particular job. But I'm just going to say this. I had a family member that was already working with those people. And when I say those people, it'll become clear as I tell the story. And she said, I think you will be great. This is what I do. And I was like, really? That's what you do? We didn't know that's what you did. She said, yes, I know, but this is what I do. I think you will be great. Here's a phone number for you to call. Call this number. He's going to ask you a couple of questions. You know, give him honest answers and see where he goes from there. I'm like, okay, cool. So I get the phone number. This is before I had a cell phone, Miss View. So I'm literally at the payphone by my criminal justice school, right? On the payphone. That speech and theater degree is fucking up right now. Lips, teeth, tip of the tongue. Lips, teeth, tip of the tongue. 999 nuns interning in an Indiana nunnery. Naked. Why are the nuns naked? In the nunnery in Indiana. 999 of them. It's kind of weird. Okay, so I go ahead and I get on the phone. I dial the number. I had written it down on a piece of paper, and I ripped it or whatever. So I'm on the phone number, and I'm like, yeah, I'm calling for so and so. And the person was like, and who referred you? And I said the name of the person. I said, okay, hold on. And then my family member said, when you call, tell them to patch the call to Miami, because he's in Miami. He's out in Miami. Tell the person who's going to pick up the phone, he said to patch me through to Miami. So I said, okay. So the lady picked up the phone. I'm calling for so-and-so. Who referred you? So-and-so. He said to patch me through Miami. So she's like, okay, just a moment. So she passes me to him. I wait a little bit there. He picks up the phone and he's like, okay. So he asked me just 3 questions. He asked my age. I told him my age. Obviously, I introduced myself. He said, what are you studying? I gave him what I was studying. He asked my age. And then he said, are you clean or are you dirty? And that's what my aunt has said. He's going to ask you if you're clean or you're dirty. You're going to say clean. Drop a bomb on that. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. So I say, I'm clean. He says, okay, give me your email. We're going to send you an appointment so you to come in to the place, right? So I give him the email. I get an appointment right away. I go like in a couple of days, I go. I go in there, and it's like, I don't even know what the fuck. Like, can we just? I mean, I knew what the job was, but I didn't know what the job was, right? So I go into some legit building in the middle of the city. I'm not gonna give too much, but in the middle of the city, you would have never thought. So I go, they sign me in. I go upstairs, and it's just like a regular agency. I'm like in a agency, right? And then I say I'm so and so, but they take me and they put me in a different area. So I go to a different area. Then the woman comes out with like 75 pages of paperwork, like this, 75 pages of paperwork and a whole kit. And she's like, okay, I need you to fill all this out. They told me that like we were gonna spend like 3 hours together, and I'm sitting there just filling form after form. She's like, after you're done, let me know. I fill out all these pages like this, fill all of that, and then she has a kid and she starts rolling. Mind you, nobody has really had a deep conversation with me. I just have bits and pieces. So she's rolling my fingerprints, okay, and it was black and white ink with the rollers, all right, and a little thing, and then she's like, and it's a card. And she's like fingerprinting me, and I'm like, I'm just letting everything go through, right? Because my aunt is involved, so it is what it is. I trust her, right? I trust her. But I didn't know, I trust her now, but there were times where not everything didn't make sense. And I'm going to do a flashback, and I'm going to come back to this point. But I'm just going to tell you, I remember one time I went out with my aunt and a couple of my cousins that came from out of the country just to spend a few summer nights here, right? So we go out. I was still underage. We go out, and my cousin who's of age wanted to go to like a lounge or bar or something down in Brooklyn. So my aunt finesses it so that we can all be in this establishment that is serving alcohol. There's music, there's girls there, and the whole night. So my cousin who came from DR just to the summer, he's like talking to some girls or whatever, and but it's mostly like a older crowd. And I'm just sitting there with my aunt. People are drinking. I'm not drinking. They're not serving me alcohol, but I'm in the establishment, and I am not 21 yet. But I remember that it was around maybe like around 11 o'clock, they locked the door. So it was just, if you were in, you were hanging out. And somehow an argument started between, I guess, a guy who liked the girl and my cousin. And they were like going back and forth with it. And bottles have started flying. And like it started getting really bad, right? I remember sitting with my aunt, and my aunt, in a manner that I've never seen, Miss View, my aunt grabs the table like this, flips it to the side, grabs me by the hand, like in such moves that I've never thought this woman had in her. And next thing I know, we're both out of the place, running into a car to get the fuck out of there, because I guess some like guns were drawn. It was a whole thing. Drop a bomb on that. But I say this to say, because I've never seen my aunt move with that skill and expertise. My husband doesn't even know this story, Miss View. But I remember, because I'm literally like 14 or 15, by the way. I remember she grabbed the table that we were at with the drinks and everything, and she flipped it to kind of cover us. She grabbed me like this, and we were out of the fucking place. I was like, what kind of fucking superhero move? And at that time, but then everything's gonna come together. Then it makes sense what kind of training she had. You know what I'm saying? That all came through. Now let's go back. I'm in the place. They take my fingerprints, and they're like, okay, so are you sure you're clean? I'm clean. I don't, not even a jaywalking ticket. I'm good. Like, it's okay. They're like, okay, so we're gonna send this in, and then we'll let you know. Okay. Like a month goes by, then they call me in to do testing, where I gotta go in and do like skill tests on the computer, hearing things, phone, the whole nine, type stuff up, the whole nine. That's fine. And then I don't hear anything else for a good like 6 months. I had completely forgotten about the whole thing, Miss View. I forgot about the whole thing. So eventually they call me, and they're like, congratulations, you don't have, they didn't give me full clearance, but they gave me a waiver so that I can have so they have, there's three, if I can remember correctly, there's three clearances. There is confidential, there's secret, and top secret. So they gave me a waiver for my secret secret clearance. Okay, for my secret clearance while they were doing the final checks on everything. So I got the job. Yes, I got the job. I got the job. The onboarding was rather interesting, but I got the job and I got my first assignment. Okay. What is the job? We were working with the frozen water people, the ones that are out there right now, the frozen water people, the alphabet people, all of the alphabets that you can think of. We work in partnership with them, and we were listening to wiretap conversations. Drop a bomb on that. And we were preparing all the documentation. We were translating, interpreting. We were doing all of that. We were, translations of what's happening. We were working with the special agents on this is what's happening here. This drop is happening here. This is all for drugs, gambling, illegal gambling, drugs, smuggling of people, all of that. And now I am the child in the room. At this time, I'm already of age, but I'm 21, right? But I am the child because I'm working with people that used to do this job when it was big tapes like this moving around, and they had to be next door to where the target was at, listening and writing down and the whole nine, and calling, communicating the whole nine. Now we are in different places, and these places are hidden in plain sight, like you would have never thought. The base where I worked at the most used to be in a building that used to host a studio, Miss View, like a particular show. I don't want to give too much again. A particular show studio. And so I will get in the elevator, and I will be getting in the elevator with people who were going to see this particular talk show host. And they will get off on a, and it looked like a warehouse type of thing, like a soundstage, like where they do the studios and they shoot the things and the whole nine, cameras, the whole nine, right? And people lined up to go see the show, and then they're signing autographs, the whole nine. So I would get in the elevator with these people that are all getting off at the same, and I will stay in the elevator and go a little further with my credential I can hit. And then once the doors were open, there will be just like a glass window that you couldn't see through, but they can see you, just like a glass window. And then they see you, see the credential, then you can go into the door. And then it's like the flag, the American flag, or federal fucking operation. Drop a bomb on that. A complete federal operation. The president's picture there, like the whole, like, oh shit. And then 5 doors, I had to go through 5 doors before I could get to my my desk, my station. So, I was doing that. I did that. Like everything I do, I excelled at it. Again, I was a young blood, fresh blood coming in. After 6 months, I became a supervisor, making sure that what the others were doing, the older people that were there when it was just a round tape, were doing the work the way that it needed to be done. Did some really good cases, some stuff that like we did, and we knew that, okay, this is gonna be on the newspaper. And to see the shit that you was working on the newspaper, on the New York Post, Daily News, even New York Times, a couple of weeks later, it's like, and then not even be able to say anything. So my story, when people will ask me, my friends will be like, oh, let's go out, and where do you work? I used to say that I used to work at the Barnes & Noble's, the Barnes & Noble warehouse, which is right on the Jersey Turnpike. Drop a bomb on that. The reason being is because it used to be a big ass warehouse on the side of the road of the highway, and it was a Barnes and Nobles, and it was like the warehouse where I don't think it's there anymore, but that was one day I was like being driven, and I saw the warehouse, and I was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna say, because a lot of people found it like weird that I couldn't go out. I would not be like in weird situations. I never smoke, inhale, did a line up, the Tina, the lick of the coke, none of that. I was like, I didn't even put a cigarette to my mouth. I was like such a, law abiding, seatbelt on, like all of that. No jaywalking, just walk that straight arrow, because I had a trajectory that I wanted to do, right? Anyway, one night we are working together, and we were, I would do overnights. I would do 16-hour shifts. It would just be very, grueling, but the money was motherfucking amazing. Drop a bomb on that. The money was excellent, and also you felt good because you were doing, you were doing some type of good for like the greater good, kind of like these superheroes in the shadows, right? So I'm working with one of the agents, and I think I'm like in my junior year in college. One more year and I graduate. He said, "So what do you want to do?" I'm working with the frozen water people for this particular case. And I said, I don't know. This is cool, but I would like probably something better. He said, "Why don't you try to be an agent?" And I was like, I never thought about that. He said, "I'll get you all the information." So the water frozen people, they were the first ones to give me the application. So I got the application. I fill all of that out. I send it in. Then the alphabet people come. All of the other alphabet people come. The one that I was most interested in was the air marshals, because I love aviation. I wouldn't have mind just jumping from plane to plane, especially after 9/11 and all of that. And their training is one of the toughest, especially when it came down to point and shoot. Because when you're up there at 30,000, 39,000 feet and you have to take somebody down, there's no room for error. Drop a bomb on that. You have to point and hit the target. So the level of training for you to do what you got to do in that can without taking the whole place down has to be top notch, right? So I was most excited about them, but the frozen water people, for whatever reason, the frozen water people denied me. I don't know why, because the other alphabet, the FI people, I told you, I went through like the 12 steps. The DA people, they really wanted me. The DE, they wanted me so bad, Miss View. And I remember when I was doing a case with a specific agent, he said to me, we were in there, and then one of them, the managers, was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get you an application," because it was literally like a application, or they had to give you a code for you to go on a website and then you fill out everything online. So the manager gave me the thing, and I was sitting with another agent. He was Dominican, from the Heights. And when the manager left the room, he was like, "Don't do it, bro. Don't do it." And I was like, "Why?" He said, "The way you look, the way you sound, they're going to have you at the crack house just buying crack without a weapon. None of these whites is going to be around because they want you to they're not going to be, by the time they get to you, these people would have slaughtered you." Drop a bomb on that. And, my ignorant self, Miss View, single, braids up to here, from the hood with my Temps, my baggy jeans, but I never went in there with my drawers showing. Okay, no, I always had my pants and a belt, but I was baggy. I was the whole thing. Gave them the whole thing that they needed, and I was like, "Well, you know what?" And he was like, This is the reason why they're literally fighting over you, because you are a male." And I'm sure they knew I was already a homosexual, because the way they did my investigation, Miss View, they went back 10 fucking years. Every place I lived in, 10 years. They went to even down to my high school. They went to college. Every place that I lived in, they tried to talk to neighbors. I had to provide 15 people, Miss View, 15 people that were not related to me, that obviously did not have any criminal records, because they too were going to be poked at to see if they had any type of weirdness or whatever. All of that, Miss View. All of that. My complete thing took 2 fucking years for me to get the final stamp of approval. And I have a story about when they did because they do interview you. They do several assessments and things, but they interview you, and I'm not ashamed to say it, I flirted throughout my whole interview. That's right. I was sitting right across from me. It was some Puerto Rican that had green eyes, and I was like, "Wow, your eyes are so captivating." When I walked into that room and I said, "Oh, he one of the girls. I got this." Took my little jacket off because I was in my suit, put it on the chair, and I was like, and he was like, "This is your investigation. Well, do not lie. If you lie about anything, it's completely fair." And I said, "No, I have nothing to lie." "Wow, your eyes are so captivating, so strong. They're piercing." and he accepted it. I was like, oh, I like this. Drop a bomb on that. Yes, it's true. It's true. Absolutely. It moved real fast after that, Miss View. Real quick. But anyway, I digress. There's a point to this story. There's a point to this story because as somebody who's been very accomplished, and I'm in that mode where everybody was like, oh, everybody wants me from the companies, the agencies. When the frozen water people said no, first of all, they said no, and I wasn't going to take no for an answer. I thought it was personal, and I thought it was that particular person, so I went above that person, and I wanted to understand why. Why are you saying no? I'm in the building. I've been working with you longest than the other agencies, and the other agencies are fighting for me, so I don't understand. I have a good track record. Okay, that's a good man, Savannah. As a matter of fact, by special order, they broke protocol with me, and I was able to work on 2 cases at once. Drop a bomb on that. Where usually they only let you work 1 case, I was clocking in 80 plus hours in 2 different states. In 2 different states working because they had a shortage and they needed to gather all this information before the shit went to trial and the whole 9. So a special order was signed so that they could make an exception and I could work 2 at once, Miss View. I was doing 2 at once. Okay? I had no life, but the bank account was rolling. So I wanted to understand why. And of course, they're never going to tell you why. They're never going to discuss. So I feel really ways about that. And now look at where we are. Because if I had said yes to any of them, but particularly the frozen water people, look at how the government is using these people right now. I more than likely will be one of those people out there patrolling and policing. You understand what I'm saying? In this military situation. That sounded freaky. 2 for 1. That's right. 2 for 1, Miss View. And I was cashing it. 2 for 1 too. But it was such a disappointment. It was such a disappointment. Because I felt like, okay, they think I'm not good enough. But the other ones want me. But why this one doesn't want me? And I was upset for a while. And then eventually, time has passed and all that, and I've done better without any of them, actually. None of them worked out for other reasons, which I can do videos on later on. But it was interesting to see the process. It was exciting to go through the process, nerve-wracking at times, because you do things and then you don't hear for weeks, and weeks turn into months. And then there was a hiring freeze for a little bit, that it was like nothing moving, no information, no anything. If you move, you have to contact them and try to update your shit. And so it was very disappointing. But look how God works. If I had said yes, if it had worked out back then, I wouldn't have met my Incredible Hulk. Drop a bomb on that. I wouldn't be where I am today. Who knows if I will even be here? Because the DA person told me, he said, they're going to send you, first of all, they're going to send you out of New York. Because when you agree to be sent somewhere outside for the first 2 years. For the first 2 years, they're going to throw you somewhere in Latin America or whatever to work and see if you can infiltrate the whole 9. And it's like, he was like, they want you because you are a male, you are a Latino, bilingual, you have a clean record, you have no wife. When he said you have no wife, I was like, oh, he knows I'm one of the girls. You have no wife. They can send you, have no children. They can send you any the fuck where. And you're going to say yes and go. And he was like, and you're young, so you kind of like a knucklehead. You will do whatever and follow blindly. Drop a bomb on that. And Miss View, he was not too far from the truth. To be quite honest, if we honestly speaking, he was not too far from the truth. Absolutely. Being on the cover as a thespian, I said thespian, not lesbian. I would feel like, oh, this is a stage. In the real, it don't get no more real than this, And so I was so devastated. It took a while for me to get over it. But now look at where we are. If I had said yes, and history continued the way that history has gone, I will have an internal battle right now. Why? because of the injustices that are happening, that are happening and that are, the injustices that are happening and that people are just letting it go through and the government is co-signing and it's just, everything happens for a reason and you have to trust what God has for you and what God has planned for you. Sometimes people will say, well, you worked that hard. You got a degree in it. You worked for it. You work hardships overnight, holidays. You didn't spend with your family. You work building and creating your resume and your trajectory and building a career, networking. And all of that, when I got that first no, it was like devastating and embarrassing. I had to tell my parents, oh, yeah, no, I didn't make this one. And nobody could understand because I was the perfect candidate. And I was upset. But because all that shit didn't work out, I've met the most amazing man that put a ring on it, married me, the most amazing relationship with my parents. I've been able to watch my siblings grow. I've been able to be with my family for holidays. Time is so precious. Time is so limited. My mom ain't going to be here forever. My dad ain't going to be here forever. It's 99% of the time written in the book that you will say goodbye to your parents, not the other way around. And it's like to give my time, my body, my mental, my abilities, my talents to this institution just because they're throwing this money at me. And, at the end of the day, is it really serving a greater good? Or is it politicians using it as their own private police force for their own benefit? That is eventually tied into Wall Street. Let's not forget that he is getting richer and richer as this beginning of World War III commences. Drop a bomb on that. It's all over the news. And I venture out to say, don't tune into CNN. Definitely don't tune into Fox. Fuck CBS. Go to the BBC. They tell it how it is. BBC. They have no dog in the fight. They're just telling it. And so, once upon a time, there was a little Latin boy who wanted to grow up and run around with a badge and a gun. Drop a bomb on that. Not as a NYPD, but as something higher. I don't have to respond to the NYPD. Oh, when I show the NYPD this, they're going to back the fuck down, Naris. And they're going to get off my fucking way. And this is all stuff that I saw while sitting there. While not having the badge and the gun, but sitting with somebody who had the badge and the gun. That whole attitude, that whole energy. Now, why I ended up leaving? Because of internal racism and bias and discrimination and forging of shit and extending shit for the purposes of longer hours. Trying to make fetch happen when fetch is not happening here. And can you say what? Cases? Transporting? No, not the lady that has cancer. That's not what I hear. But can you say that maybe? I guess somebody could interpret it that way, but that's not what I'm hearing. But all we need you is to find something so we could get a 30-day extension. Okay. No, the lady's dying of cancer. I don't hear anything remotely possible. Drop a bomb on that. If you catch, you catch. If you catch, you catch. Aside from the fact, there was the one episode where I was in Savannah, Georgia, working on a case where these people were transporting. This is what they were doing. They had a boat. We were in Savannah. I guess it's a river. Again, I could be in different places and we will get the information down in Ecuador. We'll come right through live. We didn't have to be in Ecuador live. So I was in Savannah, Georgia. I guess the Savannah River runs into a bigger body of water. Are there boats that come in and out of Savannah? Is that what it is? But anyway, I was in Savannah, Georgia, working on a particular case where these people were going down to Jamaica. And they had cameras and everything set up in light poles that they could zoom in and see. We could see them live, what they were doing. They were going out to Jamaica in some boat. They would pick up the the merchandise in duffel bags, in divers bags, they're called. And each diver's bag had a GPS on it. And then they will come in the boat, right? And they would dump all of these bags. And when I mean all of these bags, I'm not talking about, oh, they dumped 2 bags. We're talking about 15, 25 bags, all with the sonar radar thing. And so when customs will get on the boat and check everything out, everything will be fine. Then, after customs will clear them, these divers with, what is that called? With these scuba divers will go back in with the sonar thing or whatever and get the bags and then bring them back to the boat. And then they will load back the boat and the boat will come back to Savannah, I guess. I guess it was a thing. I remember there was like, we could see the video from the pier and then they will offload everything. So this little operation, they were moving millions like that. And so I have been working there for some time. We were working on that for some time. And I'm sitting in the room with these white people talking about spick this and spick that. Look at that spick. Look at that. And I'm sitting there like, spick this, spick that. Okay. And that's when I realized I'm done. Drop a bomb on that. That's when I said to myself, oh, I cannot ignore any of this anymore. Misview. Okay? And there was more expletives, but that's the one that sticks out the most because, you know, I was like, oh, spick this and spick that. And I'm the one here. I'm the spick in the room. Drop a bomb on that. I'm the Spanish person in control in the room. Okay? So, you know, and unlike other people that I saw that were able to sell their dignity, sell their, and maybe chuck it off to being young and stubborn and knowing that integrity over money every time. Exactly. Unlike other people. And then, you know, people say don't judge, but, you know, it's like, remember I said the older people, I was the baby in the room that were doing this when it was actual wheels turning with tape and everything was being, you know, and they had to be next door to where it was happening. I heard some horror stories. You know, I used to work with this one girl, and at night with me and her, we sit down and just compare stories, and she would tell me stories how she was and one time when it was still the tapes in Washington Heights in some building that they knew the Target was right next door. She was a cute girl, you know, Latina cute girl. She got in the elevator with the Target, and the Target, like she had clocked out for the night, the whole nine, and it was like they were in the apartment next door. You know, and the Target, and she got in the elevator with the Target, and the Target like threw her against the elevator and was trying to get fresh with her, and she said she was so fucking scared and alone in that elevator as they were going down. You know what I mean? She couldn't scream for help. She couldn't do anything because she could have blown the whole thing out. You know, she said, and she would tell me stories of just like crazy shit during the time that they had to be in the same premises or where the investigations were happening, because it wasn't over the phone. It was like literally a bug that they were dropping in your light bulb or in the thing or behind the thing or through the radiator, like all of that. It had to be done like that. Like a team will go in and do these things, and then we will have then all the information like that. But it's, you know, those older people will sit there and sell their souls because they needed to make their money. You know, they needed to make their money, and they have been doing it for 20, 30 years. What am I going to do? I'm just waiting to retire. What else could I do? And ever so often, there's a new wave of people that come in, new recruits, new trainees, and they bring, could you imagine what that agency, the Ice Water people, is like today? That they have been empowered and fed all this MAGA shit? Drop a bomb on that. You've seen them on TV. You've seen them on the internet. How they speak to people. Let's get it straight. They're not cops. They're not your local cops. They're not your local cops. Not at all. They don't really have jurisdiction over you like that. For what they're doing. They're not. They don't. And they're moving around with faces covered still to this day when there's mandates that say they cannot cover their faces anymore. Under the guise on the anonymity and behind the mask, they get real bold. They get real bold. They get real bold. But at the end of the day, these are real people with families, that have been ingesting this MAGA propaganda shit. And let's be frank, enjoy their monies. I hope you understand that every time they do, if the agencies, the particular, because there's local offices, they have targets that they have a certain quota of people they have to grab and begin procedures to kick out. And there's incentives tied to all of that. There are incentives tied to all of that. Like my husband said, integrity over money every time. Absolutely integrity over money. Absolutely. Let's see. My husband says, they call it catching bodies. Drop a bomb on that. Yeah. All these institutions have it. NYPD, they call it collars for dollars. The collar is when you apprehend somebody. And remember what I said, once you get somebody, that takes that NYPD officer off the streets anywhere between 4 to 6 hours. And if it happens at the end of their shift, they could get overtime for that. I said NYPD, I remember saying that because that was a concept that I learned in school. Collars for dollars. And he was like, yes, there's quotas. And and sometimes if you know that you want to do something like for Christmas, he was like, for Christmas or my girl's birthday or whatever, and you need a little more, you know exactly where you're going to go to get it. This was said to me. You know exactly where you're going to go and get it. You want to hear all the weird shit that I heard? I heard them promoting getting on social services. They said, just get your girl to, and I'm like, but I mean, if you have this job, why would you try to get food? Like, that doesn't even make sense. They straight up said, like, just lie on the application. Drop a bomb on that. Just lie on the paperwork. Everybody does it. So, by sitting there doing the job to the best that I could, I started really listening to the subtext and the context and the moral compass of these people in these agencies. And I'm so glad that it did not work out with the ice water people, okay, with the frozen water people. I'm so okay with that, and that God had different plans for me, So that's my once upon a time. I thought it was fitting given everything that we continue to see. And now more stories are popping up about how the frozen water people have hurt people as late as December and all of that. And there's marching going on. But like Funky Deneva said, I needed to be more outraged. I need everything to stop, okay? I need everything to stop. Everything to stop. Anyway, I want to thank you for coming through. We do this every night. I attempt to. God has what God has for you. Just, I'm a true believer that if you guide yourself with a moral compass, if you are at the bottom of the day a good person, you're following the laws to the best that you can, and you're being a good person, Savannah, that everything is going to fall in the right place. I do hope and I do want this to be over, Miss View. You're welcome, Miss View. You're welcome. I want this to be over. We need to elevate from all of this that's going on. This is by far, like, I'm ready for this to just be done. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is sad. And I need these leaders to step up. Not the current ones. They're all motherfucking trash. Clear the whole fucking House and the Senate and the executive branch. We all need a wash of all of that. And we need new young blood from these HBUs and, these Ivy League. Like, we need a representation of everything that want to make things better. I know, wishful thinking. I know that. I want to thank you for coming through. We do this every night. I will be here back tomorrow, maybe with a story. I just felt it in my spirit to share that. And it's not a secret. I'm not ashamed of it. It is what it is. At the end of the day, like my husband said, I chose integrity over everything else. And I will always choose integrity over everything else. I told my story. I won an award. We showed it in 5 film festivals. Won the last one here at home in New York City. Got to work with a lot of good people on it. And it's my little capsule of that time in my life. And then I left it and I went to corporate America. Drop a bomb on that. Where I met bitches who was standing by the water cooler and wanted to tell me about their veggie garden and their child. And look at these pictures. And I'm like, bitch, if you don't get that fucking child on my motherfucking face, I do not care. You know, I don't want to see it. Then they're going to force you to these potlucks. Oh, I went to the potluck just the first year, Miss View. I had my mama cook a whole thing with shrimp and all that. And they were like, ooh, he brought shrimp. I put it up there. I let everybody eat it. I didn't have nothing. And then after that, every year for the potluck, I will purposely schedule myself out to an outside meeting. I will call out sick. I wouldn't show up. I don't trust nobody's cooking but my mama. Okay? Absolutely not. I think these companies, they try to force you, Miss View, to be so. No, I'm just here to get this check. I don't want to hear. I don't care. You know how much mental illness, Miss View? Did you ever work with mentally ill bitches? People that you knew, you visibly could tell. You like, this person needs to be medicated. This person is manic. This person's husband needs to dick her down a little better. Oh, yes. And it's like all the red tape around it. You go to HR and you're like, okay, I'm supervising somebody that there's clearly a problem. I'm the supervisor. Y'all need to let me know what's going on. And they just sit there and like, what do you mean? There's nothing going. The bitch looks like she rides the short bus. I have story times. Maybe you should do some, Miss View. I had one that she had to be, oh my God. Miss View, she had access for the rest of her life. New York City allowed her to be picked up and dropped off from her home to the job. And it's not even access a ride. She wasn't handicapped or anything. All the limbs were there. Something in the brain. She had an obsession with ice and motherfucking cups of ice. She would go to the ice machine and fill cups of ice. She would line up 7 cups of ice, Miss View, and then she would take 1 cup, Dunkin' Donuts cups. She would take the cup of ice and put it in cup number 2. She would put cup number 1 back down. She would take cup number 2 and put it into cup number 3, and then she would put it down. She would take cup number 3 and put the ice into cup number 4, and then she would put it down. She would cup number 4, and she would put cup number 5. And I'm in my office watching them like this. This is all Miss View. Then she got 6 to 7, and she would put it down. She would go back to 1, Miss View, and then she would take the cup and proceed to do the same motherfucking thing until we get to cup number 1 with the ice. Then she would take the lid. This was every fucking morning, Miss View, before she could actually get to fucking work. And I know there's people here that know that I'm not lying, because I will call, text, tweet, Snapchat, whatever, cussing, going insane. Then she would take a lid and put it on cup number 7. She would take a lid and put it in cup number 6. She would take a lid and put it in cup number 5. She would take a lid and put it in cup number 4. She would take a lid and put it in cup 9, like that, and leave cup number 1 open. Then she would begin to take all these cups and put them and fold them. And then, because, you know, she was trying to be discreet, she would put them in a little cart that she had, an office cart, and slowly wheel it to the refrigerator. And then she would put, like, as if nobody was fucking watching, and as we didn't have 360 degrees of cameras here, right? And then she would put the cups in the thing and close. And then she would go back to her desk and begin to chew on ice. And then she would get to work, Miss View. I went to motherfucking HR. And I said, I understand I'm a new manager. 7 people here. Everybody got the little clicks and the whole 9, the little ticks and the whole 9. But what the fuck is going on with the cups of ice? There's something not right. As a manager, could you guys share with me so that I know what the fuck I'm dealing with? I didn't use those words, but so I know. Oh, no, there's nothing. I'm like, she has She has a ride for the rest of her life that picks her up from home to the job, covered by the city. Ain't nobody, I've never met anybody that has that type of service unless it's access a ride where they dial and then they gotta wait and the thing takes them all over the city. No, this is a door to door. And she's doing these cups of ice. What? And HR wanted to, and I said, okay, you want me to manage somebody that clearly has some type of disability and you haven't given me the proper training. I didn't sign up for this. When I came to the interview, you guys didn't tell me I was going to need to deal with somebody who's mentally challenged. Drop a bomb on that. So I kept putting it back on them, Miss View. And I know they knew, oh, he's hitting some good points. But it's insane. Like, that's the type of fucking, depending on what corporate America setting you go, or even nonprofit, that's the type of, I do not miss any of that shit. I do not miss any of that shit at all. The red tape to address something that's clearly visible, insane to me. Some of you, if you have some stories, you should definitely share some. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming through. Yeah, it's final. I'm going to go because my husband and I we only got 7 more episodes of Beyond the Gates to be caught up. Okay, so we're going to go do that. I want to wish you a good, pleasant Sunday. I will be back Sunday night. Slappy Slapster, very nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming through and making your presence known. I'm glad that you're okay. Miss View, thank you for being here and for always supporting. My Naris21, thank you, who's going to catch the replay. Incredible Hulk, thank you for supporting. And ladies and gentlemen, Incredible Hulk and I, we have another episode of the J&H podcast in the can. Baby, if you can, would you please let the folks know when is the episodes dropping? And also, would you please put down where they can find them here on YouTube? You can find us on the J&H podcast. That's the letter J, the letter N, the letter H podcast. You can find us on anywhere you could get your podcast. We are listed everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Alexa, you could ask Alexa to play it. You could ask the Google one. You could look anywhere that's a podcast. We're in there. We're absolutely in there. The next episode should be dropping. Let's see. Click on me. There you go. Let me post you up. Click on me. There you go. I don't know if they can click on that, babe. I think they disable that feature, but it's pretty much the J&H podcast here on YouTube. You could catch us there too. When are the episodes going to go live, my honey? Can you let the people know? When is the next one dropping? Okay, my husband is saying that the new episode Monday at 6 a.m. Drop a bomb on that. So by Monday at 6:01, you could find us in any of your podcasts, or you will see it here. You can also, if you don't want to be on the YouTube, if you don't want to, you could just go to the website. www.jnhpodcast.com. www.jnhpodcast.com. There's going to be a player there. You just hit play and let it play. With that said, thank you for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow. Be safe and have a good night. Peace.